In today's video, we reveal what's going on in secretive North Korea. It's not just a closed-off kingdom like people think, it's a complicated place with hidden agendas. The story of North Korea isn't just what you see at first glance. It's a deep dive into politics and safety on a global scale. Let's explore a country full of surprises that could shake up the world's balance. There's more to learn and act upon than you might have imagined. Skilled hackers. North Korean government hackers have conducted numerous successful cyber attacks, spanning both high-profile incidents and those with lower visibility. Over recent years, these attacks have exhibited a trend of increasing scale and sophistication, signaling North Korea's escalating commitment to its predominantly offensive and military-driven cyber program. One notable event occurred in July 2009, when United States and South Korean government websites were targeted by a significant wave of cyber attacks, eventually traced back to North Korea. Despite causing primarily symbolic damage, these attacks served as a wake-up call for United States officials, highlighting the pressing need to bolster defenses against state-sponsored cyber threats. The bulk of North Korean cyber assaults have been directed towards South Korea, resulting in tangible repercussions. In 2011, for instance, a series of attacks on South Korean banks resulted in system disruptions, severely impacting the nation's highly interconnected economy. This escalation continued in 2013, with North Korean hackers extending their targets to include additional South Korean banking systems and the computer networks of South Korean television broadcasters. In a bold move in 2014, North Korea developed a mobile game reminiscent of Angry Birds and distributed it freely within the South Korean gaming market. The game gained widespread popularity, finding its way onto tens of thousands of South Korean phones. However, several months later, North Korean hackers remotely activated concealed malware within the game, granting them access to over 20,000 South Korean cell phones. These incidents underscore the evolving tactics employed by North Korean cyber warfare, presenting significant challenges to cybersecurity and international relations. The escalating frequency and sophistication of these attacks raise concerns about the potential for future disruptions and the need for robust defense mechanisms. North Korea's aggressive approach to cyber warfare reflects its broader strategic objectives, with cyber capabilities increasingly viewed as a critical component of its military arsenal. As demonstrated by the targeting of South Korean institutions, these attacks are often aimed at undermining the stability and economic viability of regional adversaries. Moreover, North Korea's cyber activities pose a threat not only to its immediate neighbors, but also to the broader international community. The ability to conduct disruptive cyber operations presents North Korea with a means of exerting influence and projecting power on the global stage, irrespective of its limited conventional military capabilities. Addressing the challenge posed by North Korean cyber aggression requires a multifaceted approach, encompassing diplomatic efforts, information sharing, and technological innovation. Collaborative initiatives aimed at enhancing cybersecurity cooperation among regional partners are essential for effectively countering the evolving threat landscape. Furthermore, efforts to deter future cyber attacks must be backed by a clear understanding of the motivations driving North Korea's behavior. While economic sanctions and diplomatic pressure may serve as deterrents, they are unlikely to completely dissuade North Korea from pursuing its strategic objectives through cyber means. The Pyongyang Metro. The Pyongyang Metro, nestled beneath the city streets, is a testament to North Korea's ambition and resilience. Unlike the conventional perception of the country, the metro system embodies a surprising blend of functionality and aesthetics, reflecting the regime's priorities and aspirations. Descending into its depths, one is transported into a realm far removed from the gray, austere image often associated with North Korea. Constructed to withstand both the rigors of daily urban life and the potential threats of conflict, the Pyongyang Metro operates as more than just a means of transportation. Its strategic importance as a potential bomb shelter underscores the nation's militarized ethos, a reminder of the constant state of preparedness ingrained in North Korean society. However, what truly distinguishes the Pyongyang Metro is not its military significance, but its remarkable design and operational efficiency. Spanning two lines, the Cholama Line and the Hyeoksin Line, the Pyongyang Metro connects key areas of the capital, facilitating the movement of hundreds of thousands of commuters daily. Despite being among the deepest metro systems globally, its engineering prowess is a testament to North Korea's capability to undertake ambitious infrastructure projects independently. Initially reliant on equipment imported from China, the metro later transitioned to using rolling stock acquired from East Germany, demonstrating the regime's adaptability and resourcefulness in the face of changing geopolitical dynamics. Functionally, the Pyongyang Metro operates with precision, with trains running at intervals as short as 2 minutes during peak hours. Equipped with audio systems that can play music and announcements, the metro ensures a comfortable and efficient commuting experience for its passengers. Furthermore, its affordability, with tickets priced at a mere 5 North Korean won, makes it accessible to all segments of society, reflecting the regime's emphasis on social equality. In recent years, the metro has embraced technological advancements, transitioning from traditional paper tickets to modern contactless cards for fare payment. This transition not only streamlines the ticketing process, but also enhances security and efficiency within the system. Moreover, strict regulations prohibit smoking and eating within metro premises, ensuring a clean and orderly environment for passengers. Beyond its practical function, the Pyongyang Metro holds a significant place in the nation's collective memory. Its museum, dedicated to its construction and history, serves as a tribute to the labor and ingenuity of the North Korean people. Exhibits detailing President Kim Il-sung's involvement in overseeing the metro's development highlight the system's symbolic importance within the country's political narrative. Additionally, plans for future expansions, depicted in maps within the museum, offer a glimpse into North Korea's vision for urban development and connectivity. More than just a mode of transportation, it serves as a symbol of the regime's ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity. Through its design, operation, and historical significance, the Pyongyang Metro offers insights into the complexities of North Korean society and its aspirations for the future. Art. Kim Jong-il had a soft spot for art. Although in his father's North Korea, the term art took on a rather peculiar meaning, more suited for individuals with, shall we say, a unique taste in aesthetics. Under Kim Il-sung's regime, North Korea only recognized one style of art: socialist realism. This meant that North Korean paintings were essentially glorified propaganda, portraying the fatherly leader towering over the masses, soldiers ready to sacrifice for socialism, and industrious workers and farmers dutifully fulfilling the party's mandates. However, when Kim Jong-il assumed power, he brought about significant changes in the artistic landscape. He relaxed or even eliminated many restrictions on artistic expression. Suddenly, North Korean artists found themselves exploring a variety of painting genres that were previously unimaginable. In 1994, the Korean people mourned the passing of Kim Il-sung, who hailed in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's Central Yearbook as a revered leader, a brilliant thinker, a legendary hero, and a military genius, among other titles. With Kim Jong taking the reins, there came a newfound freedom in artistic expression. Gone were the days of rigid adherence to socialist realism. As a result, North Korea witnessed the emergence of its own version of Impressionism, a phenomenon unthinkable during Kim Il-sung's era. Painters began depicting scenes beyond political propaganda: quaint villages, bustling city streets, and ordinary people caught in the rain. Even in ideological paintings, there arose a sense of innovation in form. While the legacy of poster art persisted, North Korean paintings now held promise in the global art market. It's no wonder that defected North Korean painters find opportunities readily available in the South. The transformation in North Korea's art scene under Kim Jong's leadership was nothing short of remarkable. Artists, once confined to rigid ideological boundaries, found newfound freedom to explore diverse themes and styles. No longer shackled by the constraints of socialist realism, North Korean paintings now possess the potential to captivate audiences worldwide. In the realm of art, Kim Jong II's legacy is one of liberation and evolution. His willingness to challenge the status quo paved the way for a renaissance in North Korean art, where creativity flourishes and boundaries are pushed. Music. The music scene in North Korea underwent a significant transformation over time, mirroring the shifts in the political landscape. During Kim Il-sung's rule, the state sought ideological correctness in music, condemning jazz as a filthy, degenerate, and disgusting genre. Artists navigated these restrictions by employing a strategy of composing music and then overlaying it with ideologically impeccable text. An illustrative example is the song "For Us to Live as in Those Days," where both the lyrics and the video align perfectly with state ideology, emphasizing the spirit of the Korean People's Army. However, the music itself diverges, presenting a calm and beautiful melody. If you watch the clip and then minimize the visual element, focusing solely on the music, a distinctly different impression emerges. The dynamics of the music scene took a turn during Kim Jong II era. Previously forbidden genres, including jazz, were not only permitted but also welcomed. North Korea even witnessed the emergence of its own jazz bands. Despite Kim Jong's father condemning jazz as a symbol of rotten capitalism, the commander himself harbored an affinity for it, leading to a swift forgetting of his father's immortal instructions. This shift marked a departure from the rigid ideological constraints imposed on music during Kim Il-sung's reign. The liberalization of musical expression under Kim Jong-il fostered an environment where diverse genres could flourish. The once restricted jazz genre found acceptance and support, symbolizing a departure from the earlier disdain towards it. This change in attitude towards music reflected a broader shift in North Korea's cultural landscape, as the country began to embrace previously prohibited artistic expressions. The emergence of North Korean jazz bands exemplified the evolving cultural scene. These bands, once unimaginable under Kim Il-sung's rule, became a testament to the changing dynamics within the country. The juxtaposition between the former leader's denouncement of jazz and the subsequent acceptance by his successor highlighted the complexity of political and cultural influences on the arts. The transformation in musical freedom also reflected a more nuanced approach to artistic expression. Artists were no longer constrained by the need for strict ideological alignment in their work. Instead, they were allowed to explore diverse themes and styles, contributing to a richer and more varied musical landscape in North Korea. The acceptance of jazz, once condemned as a symbol of rotten capitalism, demonstrated a departure from rigid ideological principles in favor of a more inclusive cultural perspective. Education. Education in North Korea is both free and compulsory until students complete secondary school. Prior to entering primary school, children attend 1 year of preschool, followed by 4 years of primary education, referred to as People's School. Upon completion, students progress to either regular or special secondary schools based on their areas of focus, typically spanning ages 10 to 16. The educational curriculum in North Korea encompasses a blend of academic and political subjects. Core subjects in People's Schools include Korean language, physical education, mathematics, and arts, with a significant portion of instruction dedicated to teachings about Great Kim Il-sung and communist morality. These political subjects constitute a notable portion of the curriculum, particularly in senior middle schools. North Korea boasts the highest literacy rates globally, with purported statistics suggesting a 100% literacy rate among individuals aged 15 and above. However, the accuracy of these figures may be subject to scrutiny. Children in North Korea are introduced to the virtues of the ruling Kim family from a young age, with kindergarten students dedicating 2 hours weekly to learning about their leaders. This emphasis intensifies in secondary school, where students spend 6 classes per week on the subject, often encountering exaggerated stories that glorify the Kim family. Much of the education system in North Korea serves as a platform for propaganda, indoctrinating citizens to idolize the Kim family and promoting distorted versions of history to legitimize the regime's authority. The government tightly controls access to external information, facilitating the manipulation of historical narratives to reinforce the regime's narrative of national greatness. University admissions in North Korea are highly selective, with only students recommended by their instructors eligible to pursue higher education. Recommendations hinge on academic performance, social status, and loyalty to the ruling party. Foreign language education begins in secondary school, with English and Russian being the most common languages taught. North Korea utilizes its own textbooks to avoid what it perceives as dangerous information from foreign sources, although the quality of education is compromised by errors and ideological biases. Education extends beyond childhood in North Korea, with adults in rural areas organized into educational teams, supervised by intellectuals. Office and factory workers are also mandated to attend post-work study sessions, focusing on technical and political subjects. Elite and gifted children in North Korea have access to specialized schools catering to their talents and interests, including revolutionary, arts and sports, foreign language, and science schools. While private tutoring is officially prohibited, informal arrangements have emerged, particularly since the 1990s famine, to supplement education and provide additional income for teachers. This informal economy surrounding education reflects the state's reliance on its own indoctrination methods while acknowledging the practical necessity of additional support. These key aspects of North Korean education underscore its role in shaping citizens' loyalty to the regime and perpetuating its control. As long as education in North Korea remains structured around indoctrination, the nation is likely to endure continued oppression under its leadership. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Kim Jong-un is famous for being a vicious dictator, but that doesn't mean the man can't put up an emotional show. Back in 2023, Kim Jong-un burst into tears in front of thousands of North Korean mothers as he begged them to have more babies and stop the decline in the communist country's birth rate. The dictator was spotted drying his eyes with a handkerchief during a highly staged speech to ladies assembled at a national mothers' meeting in Pyongyang on Sunday. Addressing the audience as dear mothers, he told them, "Preventing a decline in birth rates and good childcare are all of our housekeeping duties we need to handle while working with mothers." He stated that his nation was challenged with a slew of social tasks that our mothers should join to tackle. The United Nations Population Fund projects that the fertility rate, or the average number of children born to a woman in North Korea, will be 1.8 in 2023, following a long period of decline in recent decades. North Korea's fertility rate remains greater than that of several of its neighbors, who have been seeing a similar declining trend. Last year, South Korea's fertility rate fell to a historic low of 0.78, while Japan's dropped to 1.26. South Korea's declining birth rates have resulted in a scarcity of pediatricians, and one city is arranging matching events to increase birth rates. North Korea, which has a population of about 25 million people, has in recent decades also had to contend with serious food shortages, including deadly famine in the 1990s, often a result of natural disasters such as floods damaging harvests. Do you think Kim Jong-un is seriously concerned about the dwindling population, or was the crying just to score sympathy points? Let us know in the comments below. Mass games. North Korea's mass games might sound like they're all about sports, but they're actually enormous shows filled with art and dance, kind of like the big ceremonies you see at the start and end of the Olympics. These shows have changed a lot over time, sometimes focusing on different parts of North Korea's history, economy, politics, and culture. Around 100,000 people take part in the performances, which are meant to show everyone working together, experts say. However, some people argue that these games hide the fact that North Korea doesn't treat its people fairly. Reports from people who left North Korea reveal how kids had to train hard for months before these events. An Chan-il, who used to be in the North Korean military but left in 1979, says that some of these shows were stopped because parents didn't like how their kids were treated. The families of the performers often get special gifts, like color television. And some people want to perform because they might get cool stuff, which helps keep complaints down. The shows usually happen in a huge stadium in Pyongyang called the 1st of May Stadium, which is supposed to be one of the biggest stadiums in the world. During the Asian Games, people do gymnastics and dance on the field, while thousands of kids in the stands hold up colored books to make big pictures and words. The most famous of these shows, called Arirang, was all about how great North Korea is, especially after going through tough times like being occupied by Japan and the Korean War. A guy named Simon Cockrell, who works for a travel agency and went to lots of these shows between 2002 and 2013, says that many North Koreans found the shows moving. This year's mass games might be more high-tech, with rumors about lasers and computer graphics. So what's the point of all this? Researcher Andrei Abrahamian says that these shows are North Korea's official story packed into a 90-minute performance. They're supposed to remind everyone about the country's history and show off how skilled and organized North Koreans are. It's kind of like how the Super Bowl in the United States celebrates football, heroism, and commercials. But for North Korea, it's about their country's story and achievements. People think that this year's shows will probably focus more on Kim Jong-un's plans for the economy and making friends with other countries. Even though there's also going to be a big military parade, experts think that the shows won't be as much about the military this time. Kim Jong-un has said that North Korea's nuclear program is done, and now he wants to focus on making the country better and not fighting with other countries. Professor Lee Woo-young from a university in South Korea thinks that this time, the shows might talk more about how North Korea wants peace and to get along with others. The events serve not only as entertainment, but also as a platform for reinforcing the regime's narrative and promoting its agenda, encapsulating North Korea's aspirations and achievements for the future. Through meticulous choreography and grandiose displays, the mass games aim to instill national pride, unity, and loyalty among participants and spectators alike. Despite controversies surrounding the event, it remains a significant aspect of North Korean culture and propaganda, symbolizing the state's resilience, creativity, and determination on the global stage. Rare mineral resources. North Korea possesses abundant mineral resources, including over 200 different minerals such as coal, iron ore, magnesite, gold ore, zinc ore, copper ore, limestone, molybdenum, and graphite. Among these, magnesite and tungsten stand out with significant reserves, rivaling those of China, while rare earth metals hold the greatest promise for economic development. Rare earth minerals, which are a crucial group of 17 elements found in the Earth's crust, are essential components in various high-tech industries, including semiconductors, smartphones, and green technologies like wind turbines and solar panels. Additionally, rare earth minerals find applications in defense technologies, such as missiles and lasers. South Korea values North Korea's mineral deposits at over $6 trillion, leading to increased interest from Seoul in collaborating with Pyongyang, particularly in the exploration and extraction of rare earth minerals. Official visits and discussions have taken place between the two Koreas regarding joint ventures in mining and processing rare earth minerals, with initial studies showing potential for manufacturing liquid crystal display panels and optical lenses. China, the dominant global supplier of rare earth minerals, has imposed restrictions on output and exports, resulting in soaring prices. This presents North Korea, with its substantial rare earth minerals deposits, an opportunity to capitalize on rising demand and prices. Despite lacking advanced technology, North Korea exported rare metals to China in 2009, indicating potential for further growth with external investment. The escalating rare earth mineral prices offer North Korean leader Kim Jong-un a chance to boost the country's economy and strengthen his regime's stability. By emulating strategies used by oil-rich nations like the Gulf states and Russia, Pyongyang could significantly enhance its revenue, ensuring the loyalty of elites and improving living standards for its citizens. Additionally, cooperation with neighboring countries like South Korea, China, and Japan in rare earth minerals exploration and processing could foster diplomatic ties and regional stability. To fully exploit its mineral resources and rare earth minerals, North Korea requires international assistance through collaborative projects. South Korea and China have initiated cooperation in this regard, but the involvement of Japan and Taiwan, seeking alternative rare earth mineral sources for their industries, could further bolster North Korea's economic prospects. Interestingly, North Korea's long-standing aspiration for economic prosperity, as envisioned by Kim Jong-il, might materialize through rare earth minerals exploitation, potentially alleviating the need for drastic economic reforms. The Ryugyong Hotel. The tallest building in North Korea stands as a deserted structure, never having accommodated a single guest. The origin of this colossal project traces back to the Cold War era, when South Korea completed the world's tallest hotel, the Westin Stamford Hotel, in 1986. In response, North Korean leaders conceived a grand hotel project, hoping to attract Western investors and integrate them into the market. To facilitate this vision, the Ryugyong Hotel Investment and Management Firm was established, aiming to secure $230 million in foreign investments. The promise of lenient oversight tempted investors with prospects of operating casinos, nightclubs, or Japanese lounges. Construction of the pyramid-shaped hotel, undertaken by the North Korean firm Baekdusan Architects and Engineers, commenced in 1987. Initially scheduled to open in 1992 for Kim's 80th birthday, the project faced setbacks due to issues with construction methods and materials. If completed as planned, the hotel would have surpassed the Westin Stamford, claiming the title of the world's tallest hotel and ranking as the 7th tallest building globally. However, in 1992, construction came to a halt, lasting until 2008. The economic crisis in North Korea, triggered by the collapse of the Soviet Union, led to this hiatus. The estimated construction cost of $750 million amounted to 2% of North Korea's GDP, causing the unfinished building to linger as a massive concrete shell for over a decade. Concerns over the building's structural integrity arose, with reports questioning the quality of the concrete and the alignment of elevator shafts. By 2006, doubts surfaced about North Korea's ability to sustain such a massive project, with a government official later admitting that construction ceased due to financial constraints in 2008. During the building's dormancy, the North Korean government strategically manipulated images to eliminate the unfinished structure from the skyline, earning the hotel titles like The Worst Building in the World, Hotel of Doom, and Phantom Hotel from foreign media. In a surprising turn of events in April 2008, after 16 years of inactivity, construction resumed with the involvement of the Egyptian construction firm Orascom Group. Although their $400 million deal for a cellular network was separate from the hotel project, North Korean officials optimistically announced the completion target for 2012, aligning with the 100th anniversary of Kim's birth. Orascom reported resolving structural issues and proposed a revolving restaurant at the building's top. By July 2011, exterior work, including glass panels and telecommunications antennas, was completed. In September 2012, interior photos revealed sparse fixtures and furnishings. In November 2012, hotel operator Kempinski announced plans to run the hotel, initially aiming for a partial opening in mid-2013. However, in March 2013, the opening plans were suspended, possibly influenced by international tensions, economic risks, and construction delays related to the 2013 North Korean nuclear tests. Renewed activity was observed in late 2016, and signs of construction emerged in 2017 and early 2018. By April 2018, a large LED display featuring the North Korean flag adorned the building's top. By July, the LED display showcased animations and movie scenes, signaling a potential revival. In June 2019, new signage in Korean and English appeared over the main entrance, bearing the hotel's name and logo, hinting at a renewed sense of purpose for this long-abandoned architectural endeavor. Abandoned boats. Every year, numerous abandoned boats from North Korea wash up on the shores of Japan, many containing the remains of their crew. These vessels, often referred to as ghost ships, are thought to occur when North Korean fishermen, compelled to venture farther into the sea to catch fish due to China's extensive overfishing in North Korean waters, become lost at sea and perish from exposure or starvation. Fishing is inherently perilous globally. For instance, an Australian study found that the work-related fatality rate for fishermen was 18 times higher than the national average. During winter, North Korean fishing boats set out to catch king crab, squid, and sandfish. Some of these boats seem to be operated by soldiers or rented by the army to civilians. Fish represents a significant export from North Korea to China. Particularly during winter, wreckage from North Korean boats frequently washes ashore in northern Japan due to seasonal winds. The ghost ships discovered without living crew members are typically old, lack modern powerful engines, and lack GPS technology. The scarcity of food on board increases the risks of exposure and starvation. Scholars like John Nielsen Wright of Chatham House doubt that these boats are the result of defection attempts, as South Korea, with its closer cultural and linguistic ties and proximity, would be a more logical destination. Instances of defectors reaching Japan are rare, with a few isolated cases documented over the years. Suggestions of North Korean agents infiltrating Japan via these boats are dismissed by analysts who argue that using fake passports and conventional means of transportation would be more practical. Nonetheless, fishing boats with living crew members have also been found washed up on Japanese shores, with some crews attributing their predicament to boat malfunctions. A significant factor contributing to the phenomenon of North Korean ghost ships is the illegal fishing activities of Chinese vessels in North Korean waters. These vessels, numbering up to 800 at times, have depleted squid stocks by 70%, constituting the largest known case of illegal fishing by a single industrial fleet in another nation's waters. This depletion has compelled North Korean fishermen to take greater risks by venturing further from shore for longer durations. Regarding the disposal of these vessels and bodies, as reported by the Los Angeles Times, indicate that unclaimed bodies are cremated, and their ashes are kept in a Buddhist compound. The boats are eventually dismantled, destroyed, and incinerated. The appearance of North Korean ghost ships on Japanese shores is a complex issue stemming from various factors including dangerous fishing conditions, geopolitical tensions, and illegal fishing activities. The disposal of these vessels and the respectful treatment of the deceased crew members reflect the human dimension of this ongoing maritime phenomenon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.